Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! The Worlds Collide tour was unbelievable. I'm at a loss for words. I am rendered speechless tonight. I know I was going to record a video tomorrow, but I had to do it tonight. Hopefully there's not a zombie apocalypse. But every time I record a video, there's a zombie apocalypse happening outside my house. Never move into a house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. Never ever do it. And then go to the doctor and claim that you have vampire blood in your system after you were attacked by a vampire or a zombie horde. Refrain from doing it. So I just saw the Worlds Collide Tour show in its entirety on YouTube. Thank you to everybody who uploaded the fabulous videos. I was mind blown. I was left at a loss for words. I thought it was absolutely amazing. If I could go back in time and watch it all over again, be a part of it, be in the crowd just to have experienced it like all you beautiful girls did. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think it was the best concert that Disney has put off in a really long time. And that is more than you're ever going to hear from any other critic who reviews this stuff on YouTube. The hell with you guys. Everybody should subscribe to Jonathan Clarke on YouTube because he knows what's up. I am incredibly supportive of Clarke and Trell. I am incredibly supportive of everybody who was a part of the lineup. Freya Sky, amazing. I don't know how anyone could be skeptical of her taking over the Zombies franchise. She has every right to take over the Zombies franchise and blow the bejesus out of it. She has a fabulous future ahead of her, and if anyone has anything bad to say about Freya Sky on reviews on YouTube, I'm going to kick their ass. This was the most fun that I've ever had in my entire life watching a concert review that was ever collaborated by Disney. The way that they interacted with the crowd was amazing. How everybody had the time of their life. They were screaming out, screaming, "Oh my God," all the time. It was really cute. It was really adorable. And I have this to say to every critic out there who has ever said anything bad about Clarke and Trell or Freya Sky. You guys have to find something better to do with your time that is more productive. You have to really get lives. I don't know how anyone can come down on Clarke and Trell for her political point of view, her music, the way it's choreographed, the way it's collaborated. Fantastic. I was sweating bullets the whole time I was watching it. I was wiping tears out of my eyes. It was great. It was also really great how they really presented a vibe from yesterday when Clarke and Trell, took off the red wig, portrayed herself for herself, her label's image, and Freya Sky did the same thing, promoting their solo songs and their EPs, Gold Is Gone, and of course Boy and Denim. It was great. It was absolutely fabulous. I have nothing bad to say about this in the way of a review, but I will say this. I really don't know how anyone can say anything bad about Descendants of Zombies. I really don't. I know that the majority of the subscribers that I have are all girls, but in all honesty, I'm in heaven. I'm in heaven reviewing this for people who love it so much, and I see nothing wrong with you having loved Descendants of Zombies as much as what you have. These two franchises collectively never cease to amaze me or never cease to blow my mind. And if you want to hear something nice about Descendants and Zombies, well, then you're going to keep it locked on this YouTube channel because don't go anywhere else. Because people will find anything they can to critique about this in a negative way. I am going to get really mad. I am going to want to kick their ass, and I don't want to hear anything bad about this tour because these 43 arena dates were fabulously choreographed. The Descendants franchise and Zombie franchises may still have a long way to go with new chapters yet to be written, but I think that we can get there because we have the most incredibly supportive fan base I think that has ever been established or brought together because we all share in the same passion. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you had the time of your life at the Worlds Collide Tour wherever you attended it for whatever venue. I will be paying close attention to the reviews on the internet in the way of columns, written columns, reviews on YouTube, because I know there are critics that will go out of their way to say nothing bad about your favorite celebrities, and I don't want to have to hear that, because I also believe that Malachi Burton has a fabulous future with the Disney company and the Zombies franchise in store for him, for a future that he doesn't even know anything about yet, because it's just going to be absolutely miraculous, the rise to superstardom that himself and Freya Sky are going to see. I loved the duet they did on stage. I thought it was absolutely beautiful how he put his arm around her, and he was so grateful to be in her presence. Let me just say this. I think every girl has a right to her opinion. Every girl deserves to be treated fairly in this world and never to be looked down upon. I may be saying that because I am a sweetheart, but the way that he put her over on stage, I commend him for that. I want to give him huge props for that and a huge shout out for that, because I don't think that I have ever seen a guy, with perhaps the exception of Cameron Boyce, treat a girl that he worked with such honor and respect, and my hat's off to him. Man, you have, gentlemen, you have a huge future ahead for you, and a very promising one at that. It really shook my heart to its core when I saw that, how he put his arm around her, how they looked so adorable on stage together. I wish more duets over the years could have been collaborated that way. I don't think I've ever seen Miley Cyrus do a duet like that ever before, and the comparison will always be made between Freya Sky and Hannah Montana, Kylie Cantrell and Hannah Montana, how Kylie Cantrell is always compared to Hannah Montana or Sophia Carson, most notably Hannah Montana. And that's coming from a guy who was the biggest Hannah Montana supporter in the world. I really was. Whenever Hannah Montana had something I could promote or I could support, I was always there for it. I was always in the corner of Hannah Montana, and every single time I could support Hannah Montana, I was coming out of that corner swinging harder than I ever had before. But if I had to choose between the two of them, and I don't regret having said this, but if I had to choose between Kylie Cantrell and Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, I think I would choose Kylie Cantrell, because she's seen her fair share of criticism. I think we all need to back off of her. She really put her heart into every performance that I saw as a part of this Worlds Collide tour. I don't know if the set lineup was different from venue to venue, but I would assume it was the same, because every venue is the same. If it's not a card subject to change, is the word I'm searching for there. But she did an incredible job. I had tears in my eyes with how connected she was with the fans, how she made them feel as if they were a part of her life and they were a part of the performance, how they would go out in the crowd and they would slap hands with each other, shake hands with each other. It was amazing. I don't know who choreographed this, but they did a fabulous job. They did a fabulous job. It was a 5-star production, and I will never forget having the honor to have sit in front of this microphone every single night and offer you critiqued reviews about Descendants and Zombies. This is a night when pro wrestling is on, and I'm supposed to be watching pro wrestling, but I don't even care who wins tonight, because I'm sitting behind this microphone tonight for you, because I just got done watching the Worlds Collide Tour in its entirety. And I was really impressed. It had a nostalgic vibe to it from the original Descendants soundtracks. I found it a bit off how different stars were singing songs that were meant for people like Ruby Rose Turner and Dove Cameron, who weren't in attendance for this. But I think that even Kylie Cantrell singing Dove Cameron songs. There are several Dove Cameron songs on the soundtrack for Descendants that she did an even fabulous job, more so than what Dove Cameron ever could have done. And I would have preferred Kylie Cantrell's voice on the label that Dove Cameron had signed with to record the Descendants songs. Because in all honesty, she did a fabulous job and a far better portrayal of those songs than what Dove Cameron ever did under the character Mal. You know, I don't care how many times you shout out that your favorite Descendants character is Mal. I have all the respect in the world for you for doing that. But when Kylie Cantrell can take a song that Dove Cameron had written for her and sing it better than what she could, that is a true testament to how far she can go. And that's why I think we really need to back off the criticism for Kylie Cantrell. I don't care if it's political. I don't care if it's professional. I don't care if it has anything to do with music or her ability as an actress, because I've seen Kylie Cantrell do everything. I saw the flashback to Hello Kylie on the stage, and that was amazing, because I remember watching Hello Kylie when I was probably in my 20s. And I loved her then. I still love her now. And if Kylie Cantrell wants someone to love her forever, well then this guy right here, look no further. I will forever support Kylie Cantrell. I will never say anything bad about Kylie Cantrell, because she doesn't deserve to have anything said about her in a negative review, or she doesn't deserve to hear what she's been hearing about herself. Kylie, you have all of us and you have me. More importantly, you have every little girl who ever watches my videos on YouTube that I can only hope is going to subscribe to me, because one of the greatest challenges for me when I upload a video is wondering if someone is going to subscribe. I upload these videos, I don't promote them. I don't even know if Kylie Cantrell sees these videos. But then again, I heard Kylie Cantrell encourage people on the stage in the very first song that dreams can become a reality no matter what their dream is. So obviously after 25 years, I've touched the heart of Kylie Cantrell Woohoo! Kylie Cantrell is taking my advice because I have trademarked that any dream is possible no matter what that dream is. I've been saying that for 25 years on this show. So every night that Kylie Cantrell has tears in her eyes and she can't get through to Jonathan Clarke on the phone, she watches Jonathan Clarke on his YouTube channel. Hi, Kylie. I love you so much, and I do believe that every dream is possible. I do believe that every dream can become a reality. I've been saying that for 25 years, ever before Descendants and Zombies were in the minds of Disney Creative. I've been saying and trying to instill desperately in the minds of every person who ever watched any of my videos, no matter what their age or circumstance, that every dream is possible and achievable no matter what the dream is. And I don't care what that dream is. It could be joining the cheerleading squad. It could be joining cross country. But why join cross country if you don't want to run? Why join cheerleading if you don't want to cheer? Why join volleyball if you don't want to bounce the ball back and forth? If you have aspirations to do that, even be a Descendants actress, then go for it. Don't ever let anything hold you back. I will not go after Kylie Cantrell for copyright because even though I may have copywritten that statement, I do believe that dreams have become a reality, and it is a huge honor to know that I may have touched Kylie Cantrell's heart and that she may have seen my videos. I thought the guys on the set of the Worlds Collide Tour did a fabulous job. I think Malachi Burton has a fabulous job with all the songs that he had the honor of singing. I love how they mashed all the songs up. So they took the original Descendants songs and they mashed them together with the zombie songs and the Descendants songs of the present to the Descendants songs of the past. Everything was collaborated so fabulously. The only thing that I regret is that I wasn't the writer and producer of this. The special effects were amazing. The huge screen was incredible. I don't think they had a screen as advanced as that for the Hannah Montana Jonas Brothers Worlds Best of Both Worlds tour years ago. I think that was done in 2006. When Hannah Montana and the Jonas Brothers were at the heights of their popularity, but I don't think they had a special effects like that. They may have, a few pyro special effects and stuff like that, but I mean, the special effects were amazing. The music videos were fabulous, and I would imagine that every little girl that attended this concert had their eyes popping out of their head, and deservingly so. I hope you guys had a fabulous time at the Worlds Collide Tour. I hope they do it again. I hope we see more chapters of Descendants by the time we see Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland and Zombies 5, whatever the title is. I'm really excited about the future of these two franchises, and all I've ever wanted to do is secure the futures of these franchises, and you can help me out with that. I have received my fair share of criticism for uploading these videos. I'm not going to deny that. I would be lying if I told you I didn't get any criticism at all. Actually, less than 24 hours ago, some guy was telling me that nobody was going to subscribe to my videos. And that really hurt me. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because you guys are some of my best friends. You have really become my shield out of darkness and against criticism. Because when nobody else accepted what I wanted to say on YouTube or how I felt, each and every one of you girls who subscribe to my show, because 95% of you are girls, because you love Descendants and Zombies, and that's what the franchise attracts, you saw the good in me before anyone else did. So why am I going to jump on my show, a show that I created for you revolving around Descendants or Zombies, and say negative things about it when you don't deserve to hear it? You have heard negative reviews about this for far long enough now. And the time is up for me on my stopwatch for negative reviews about Descendants or Zombies. So if anybody else has a problem with that, they can take it up with me. And I'll come out swinging, ding, 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 let's go, for music videos for The Place to Be, which was another fabulous dance number done on the Worlds Collide Tour, or Don't Mess With Us, which was a fabulous number 2. Everything about this was a 5-star production. There was nothing wrong with it. Now, I know there are people out there that will critique the dance numbers, say they could have been better. The songs not being sung by the original cast of Descendants, you didn't really feel the song as much as what you would have if Dove Cameron would have been singing it, or Ruby Rose Turner would have been singing it. While I will admit to you that I will forever miss Ruby having been a part of this franchise, I think that even Freya Sky, having the responsibility on her shoulders to put off Life is Sweeter When You Are on stage, did an amazing job. She did a really amazing job. And the portrayal of the Red song done by Kylie Cantrell, and then taking out the wig, going from Red to Kylie, back from Kylie to Red, amazing. I didn't see anything wrong with this. I really didn't. I may be saying this because I am a huge fan of Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky. I may be saying this because I'm a huge fan of the franchises as a whole. And I may be saying that, and many people will say that, Milo Manheim and Meg Donnelly not attending the Worlds Collide Tour and just sending a video message to do an introduction and blowing you guys off. A lot of people will choose that as something really negative, and how the star lineup, the star power really didn't, follow through with for this. But Everything about this was cool. I had a friend over while I was watching it, and he's not really into Descendants or zombies, but even he, came in my office this afternoon, and he watched it with me, and he said, some of this stuff is really cool, and he could see why so many people love my YouTube channel. His name is Solomon. And he even seemed like he was supportive of it. He had never heard a Descendants song in his life. He had never seen a Descendants movie in his life. But I think he's gone home tonight now to watch it. I certainly hope he is. He was the guy that was actually trying to encourage me to go out and actually catch a mermaid in a boat expedition. On a mermaid expedition, if you would, earlier this afternoon. I think I might take him up on it because I do believe mermaids do exist, and I do think there is a chance we could see mermaids by Zombies 5. The window of release for this is looking mid-2027. I don't know how you guys feel about a mid-2027 release date, and the window of release for Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland looks to be summer 2026, although that remains to be confirmed. I will have more on that as the date gets closer and we count down to Descendants 5. I really appreciated the crowd interaction and the love and support you guys showed, because that was something I was really paying close attention to, and you were incredibly supportive. You have every reason to be proud of yourselves for how you put this over, how you have helped secure the futures of the franchises you love so much. And you have even more of a reason to be proud for having been my shield against every single critic that I've gone up against on YouTube, because there are 15 million YouTube channels uploading 16 million Descendants and Zombies videos that critique this over and over again. But the thing I find about these videos are they don't know the first thing about Descendants or Zombies. You guys know everything there is to know about Descendants and Zombies, and that is something to be incredibly and eternally proud of. Because without you, these two franchises can't exist. They won't exist forever. But because of you, they will exist forever, because no matter how much hate these stars or these franchises receive, you girls are there to protect it because you love it so much, and you're there to protect the people who critique it in ways that you want to hear it. And all I've ever wanted to do ever since I found this house near a chemical plant and a soda plantation is just give you something that you could be proud of. That's really all I ever wanted to do. I wanted to give you a show that was your show, that you could say anything about. You could have what you discussed on the show. You could hear what you wanted to hear. And you could, close the video knowing that, run away from the show knowing that a guy supports it just as much as what you do. You're going to have to forgive me because I'm the sweetest guy in the world. And I really do believe that every dream that a girl has is possible. I really do believe that any dream that anybody has is possible. It's just a matter of how much you believe in that dream and how much you believe in yourself. I have never wanted to take away the possibility of forever existing, fairy tales existing, you finding your true love. All you got to do is just trust in me, and I will never ever let you down. I will never ever let you down. This show will always be here for you guys. I have put so much time, so much effort, so much money into this YouTube show, and I don't regret it. You see through my window there tonight, it's just after dusk. It is incredibly beautiful, and I don't care what time of day it is. I always go out of my way to, compile a review about something having to do with Descendants, something of significance, some stuff that's probably not as significant as others, like the possibility we could see mermaids by Zombies 5, although that has to be confirmed. I think there was a lot of things pointing us into that direction. With the vortex at the end of the movie, and anything having been in that vortex, it doesn't necessarily mean that there are mermaids in this, but because I believe mermaids are beautiful creatures, I'm not taking the chances away from anybody of that ever happening. There could have been anything in that vortex. It could have been aliens. It could have been sea creatures for all we know. Trying to take over the land, and the battle between the sea and the land could commence. I really don't know, but that's what makes it so unpredictable. And I'm really looking forward to someone's mind exploding at the possibilities of what that vortex could have been. And I'm the only guy on YouTube that is revealing himself talking about that vortex. Come to think of it, I would love to jump into that vortex to find out what it was. That's why you guys got to get me into the Zombies franchise, so I can jump into that vortex. So I can jump into that vortex, find out what is in there, come out of that vortex, and tell you what was in there. That's what you got to do. You got to hit the subscribe button like 50,000 times so I can jump into that vortex. You got to hit that subscribe button so I can live the Tom Cruise life, baby, and dangle from a helicopter. I'm hanging from the helicopter kind of thing and shoot a bunch of zombies. That's what you got to do so I can save Meg Donnelly's life. Come to think of it, I would love to be in a helicopter where Meg Donnelly lets go the propeller of the helicopter and falls to her death. And then Jonathan Clarke jumps into action and catches her with a parachute. Tom Cruise life, baby. Hit the subscribe button. You're thinking to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, your aspirations in life are really high. 1 minute you're talking about dancing on stage with a bunch of zombies for Worlds Collide. Now you're talking about living a Tom Cruise life to save Meg Donnelly. Yeah, man, because if Milo Manheim is checking out and all he wants to do is sit behind the camera and be the producer and go, cut, action, cut, cut, action, cut, Jonathan Clarke is action. I'm ready to go. If you guys will hit the subscribe button, because I do think that Victor and Nova and Zombies Fought 4 were incredible. They were incredibly adorable. They were not only incredibly adorable on the set of Zombies, they were incredibly adorable on stage. And I am all in for this. I am incredibly supportive of Zombies. I am the only guy on YouTube who talks about Descendants of Zombies for you, because he loves you so much, because he knows that if not for you, Jonathan Clarke on YouTube would have no subscribers. Jonathan Clarke on YouTube wouldn't even exist. You girls brought this show back from the dead, and you brought an incredibly successful show 20 years ago back from the dead. And because you brought a show that was once incredibly successful 20 years ago back from the dead, hosted by a former pro wrestler, then you are going to get the absolute best. Maybe not in the way of ding, 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 vertical suplex, let's go, but ding, 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 let's stay calm and zombie on, bro. Hit the subscribe button. Because Jonathan Clarke does believe that there is the possibility of a zombie invasion. That's why he moved into a house and financed a house and has very expensive mortgage payments because he lives next door to a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. Hi-ya! Hit the subscribe button. Because then I will get monetized on YouTube. I will be able to finance this house because I'll be able to make mortgage payments. And I'll be able to create Descendants of Zombies videos for you for the rest of my life. And that's exactly what I want to do. Because of you, I am more famous than any of my other friends on YouTube. Come to think of it, I got this one friend on YouTube and all he does is blow stuff up on his science project YouTube channel. Oh boy, is he ever going to be jealous of this one. Because he might have, a bunch of science geeks subscribed over there. But I got a bunch of really cool girls who are really huge on Descendants of Zombies, really big on this stuff. He doesn't know the first thing about Descendants of Zombies. So, stop laughing. I know I look like a guy who is actually into zombies movies because I'm really pale. People say to me all the time, hey, Jonathan Clarke, have you ever consulted red light therapy or thought about it? No! I wouldn't want to even attempt red light therapy. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go far with it. If I'm pale, I'm staying pale, bro. Staying calm and zombieing on for the rest of my life. Red light therapy. Who's the crazy one now? Hit the subscribe button. I know I'm a real loser that has a Sonic the Hedgehog behind him and 50,000 PlayStation 5 video games and 4 posters, and I'm able to one-up Kylie Control's X-Man now because he had 1 poster and a mattress on the floor. At least I got 4 posters, reciprocal lights, and a bed. Yeah, Jonathan Clarke is the man on YouTube. And every girl out there thinks he's the cutest guy ever. Hit the subscribe button. Kylie Control is stealing my trademarks. You girls think I'm the cutest guy ever for uploading Descendants of Zombies videos, so I'm cool with that. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of your life for as long as you have, because, yeah, it really is true. There could be a zombie invasion, but also, on the other side of the spectrum, if you come out on the other side, every dream that you have is possible. All you got to do is stay calm and zombie on. And that's the best piece of advice that I can give anybody. So, having said that, I would like to thank everybody who uploaded all the songs, the concert in full for the Zombies Worlds Collide Tour. There are still so many arena dates to go up until September 16th. I will be covering it for you, and I've got a whole lot more to say where this goes. But I hope I get 50 million subscribers for this video. I'm going to go ahead and upload it now to my YouTube channel and see how many subscribers I get, because I'm really sweet, the sweetest guy ever to upload Descendants of Zombies videos, while we all stay calm and zombie on, because we still got a long way to go with these 2 franchises, because this story is far from over.